Excellency.
Good morning. Very nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. Welcome to
Thank you very much
Metro.
for the invitation.
Introduce
Morning, Excellency.
yourself.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. Hello.
Kami
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
dia ditama.
Hello, I'm Santi, Deputy News Director. Very nice to meet you, sir.
Hello. Hello. Very nice.
Hi.
Yes,
How are you? Baik.
It's okay. And then I was briefly back in London just for a couple of months. Yes. But Bahasa, nice to meet you.
So when they will be go there?
I think we're meeting later this week with the team
Yeah,
who
on
are
Thursday.
working on the program. Yeah.
It's a similar program, but it was a documentary. So
Right.
it's a 30 minutes, sorry, 1 hour program. CTV. And
sure,
we're hoping
yeah.
this will be getting a lot of exposure.
Stories about the fantastic. So
80%.
yeah, the consulate can be quite busy there, so that was important for me to go there. And I've also been to
Well, you already been visit Lektoba.
yeah. Well, I went to Medan, met the British community in Medan, and then after I've also spent 2 weeks in Law Enforcement Corporation, starting a new course there on helping train the police. And my wife is here. We have 2 sons who are a bit older. They're 23 and 21, so they're still in the UK at the moment. Yeah, yeah. My wife is here and enjoying it very much. Absolutely, yes, yeah. Lots of yeah.
2 other ones in Lampung and then in Kalimantan.
Indonesia.
Yeah.
Heading towards the elections next year. There's going to be. You do have quite a lot of parties, don't you?
This is just a matter because what do you call it? The constituencies as party.
So is editor in chief of media.
Hello, very nice to meet you, Martin.
Their news
Right.
too often. It's more interesting to cover the
And campaign period is more long. Of election have already decided to. It's not one of the political party have already do that. So I think. And also the Indonesian is very huge, expensive. Campaign to all over Indonesia.
Yeah.
To promote themselves.
Yeah, I'm sure that it will be more the focus of.
Which we are lacking. Still lack of.
Media organisation. Do you feel that there's a lot of interest among your readers? And yes, yeah, right. Yeah. The whole issue of climate change is one of the very top priorities, very major developing country economy, and as a country with huge introduce to you some of the things that the UK is doing on climate change. If that would
Short features about that from the UK help develop programs together with this embassy.
very good idea, and we'd be very happy to work with you on that, because as I say, it's a very working with Indonesia, both in terms of creating an international framework, Indonesia's role as a leading developing country which recognises its own responsibilities, work with Indonesia to help improve deforestation, for example, and illegal logging and so on. Ramadan, which is trying to improve understanding to Indonesians here, so that they can. But there's a lot of other work which is designed to voices in society, which are the ones which are heard, and not the radical and extremist ones. But do what we can in the embassy to help British companies to take advantage of the opportunities which are here. But it's also the case that there is some lack of understanding in the UK about Indonesia. Companies who may be familiar with, say, Singapore, may not be so familiar. Some of them may be to do with mistaken help to introduce those British company to Indonesia's growth and development. So I think there's a positive story there too. So those are kind of the three broad areas that I see myself focusing.
The second area, Excellency. 2-3 years ago, it's very free about the multiculturalism.
Yeah.
But after that, it seems not continue.
Talks with the president, and there's naturally a very strong with a remit of 1 year, and that remit actually, formally speaking, expunged to talk to counterparts here in Indonesia. We've had achieved something, so maybe we will try to work together through the contacts we've established on contacts and the dialogue and the cooperation which is established between these challenges against climate change. I know that Muhammadiyah, for example, already has in those terms to move it on to the next stage, so that it's not just in so that's a long history of promoting dialogue. Area of the aspect of the UK that is the most interesting.
Actually, we are not.
Perhaps they don't think about the UK.
Political situation is so hectic.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Yes,
How
we
many
don't like
matches?
Italy, no. Yes. England.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just on soccer.
Yes.
Probably one of the most multicultural, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's multiculturalism. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Only the green.
But not on MetroTV or on MetroTV.
Yes, that's why UNESCO used the best player.
Yeah.
Maybe you can give some. Yes.
That would be very interesting.
The problem is, do we have the new boson?
As long as not.
Yeah, as long
So,
not.
yeah, anyone
As
on
long
that.
it's not.
Depends on.
Who the rising star? Who the rising star?
I hope Tommy. We have.
We have our own stock
Yeah.
in the public.
Yes. That's good. Next year. And for example, Golkar the winner in the parliament, no correlation at all. That's interesting. And to vote president, no correlation. The voters, no correlation. So things, the voting behavior.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's our challenge.
Present
Political.
is a chance to be more positive or negative.
Maybe negative.
And good
Yeah.
performance.
Yes, maybe. 40.
So it's
As a silent observer.
Yes.
the participation rate is about 6.
Good
I mean,
problem.
we would like it.
Democracy, no need to have more than 60%. There is trust to the system.
From an editorial point of view,
I think we are more objective rather
Yeah.
than taking.
Civic education.
I mean,
Civic
do you see
education.
that- Do you see that as a
Yeah.
responsibility? Yeah.
Participation.
Yeah.
We also work together with UNDP and to civic voters' behaviors, etc.
So we are in the first station is doing
Posters doing for regional elections as well.
5 years ago or 4 years ago in the election starting 8 o'clock. I'm Mrs. President.
First lady.
But we are welcome you here.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well,
We have
look forward to it very much. I mean, from my point of view as the ambassador,
Very good.
with other important media in Indonesia, because areas or themes that we want to get out into the. Thank you very much indeed. I should give you a card. Just give you a card when we.
And this is Joseph.
Yes, of course.
little present.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It's batik, yeah. Batik chop, yeah.
I see. So that's what's used to make the fascinating. Well, I said that my wife was absolutely fascinated by batik, so she'll be delighted to see it. It's fascinating. Thank you very much. Thank you. You've got a very nice premises here.
This relationship between Indonesia and UK in advancement, what area, what sector?
Well, I think there are three main areas where, as ambassador, I feel I need to focus in particular. One is the whole question of climate change. This is a huge challenge facing the whole world, and Indonesia has the potential to play a really important part in designing a solution for an international framework to tackle climate change, and we'd like to work with Indonesia on that, and also in helping Indonesia reduce its domestic climate change carbon emissions. A second area is the area of promoting dialogue between our two cultures, between religions and faiths in the UK and Indonesia, and improving understanding between a predominantly Muslim country here in Indonesia and a very diverse multicultural society in the UK. I think the third area where I feel that there's a lot of work to do is in helping British companies take the best advantage possible of the opportunities which Indonesia offers for British business. And that's hopefully a two-way street where they can benefit by doing good business here for themselves and also make a real contribution to Indonesia's growth.
And where do you see the role of the media, Indonesian media?
Well, I think for any embassy, it's very important to be able to project the work that it's doing and the image of the UK to not only to the government and to the business people of a country, but to the people of the country as a whole, to all the citizens of that country. And I'm very keen to work with the media in Indonesia to make sure that we are able to project a positive image about the UK and about the work we're doing in cooperation and partnership with Indonesia to the whole of the Indonesian people.
And you've been here only for 3 months, yet you've been all around already. You've been to Jogja, Semarang, and so many other places, also done Toba. What is your opinion on Indonesia now?
Well, I've been trying to travel quite a lot during my first 3 months because I recognise what a huge and diverse country this is, and I think I need to make a real effort to get to know as much of it as possible. I've been fascinated to do a little bit of travelling around. I've had some wonderful experiences in very beautiful places, like watching from Borobudur Temple, watching the sunrise behind Mount Merapi, and beautiful visits to Bali and Lake Toba and places like that. I think that the thing that strikes me most strongly is the warmth of the welcome I've had from the people in Indonesia and just the diversity and beauty of the country.
Okay. And EPL is how we know, most of Indonesians know even. Do you plan to use that as your diplomacy tool?
I think it would be great if we can harness the enthusiasm and excitement that people feel about soccer in the UK and the English Premier League to help get across messages to the UK. It's certainly one of the areas of British life which reflects the diversity of life in the UK, because there are so many players from different countries and different nationalities playing in the English Premier League at the moment. And we're delighted that so many people here in Indonesia are excited about the English Premier League. It's not the whole story of sport in the UK by any means, but as I hope that our performance in the forthcoming Olympics will show as well. And looking ahead, we have the Olympics coming up in London in due course, which will be a big focus for sport in the UK. But I'm sure that sport in general and the EPL is a tool which we can use to help foster good, strong links between the UK and Indonesia.
Have you ever thought about a way of implementing that?
I want to find out more about how Indonesians relate to the English Premier League and how they get their news about it, and then we'll think about that a bit more.
All right. Mr. Hatfield, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
We'll see each other soon, I'm sure. I'd be very glad to invite you and some colleagues around for lunch or dinner sometime. We can just have a sort of casual, informal discussion over a meal. It'd be very good.
Hey, thank you very much.
Ya, terima kasih. Terima kasih. Oh.
For printing pen and the other remote. Not the small one, but we are the only use.
So is this divided up into sort of political and economic teams? And you have sort of basically rolling news.
Morning. More flexibility to stop the program, the other program, if any hard news, breaking news, something is happened all over the world, we can stop the program.
From? It's very good. Okay.
And that's like for the English news program.
Studio. In that building.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
You can stop by maybe before here.
We can see next week.
Oh, that
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
So we
I think I may have already made an appearance because your colleague interviewed me.
And also POA.
Right.
We also used extensively PSN for our
Not supposed to space anymore for to build a new program.
Right.
This is the candidate going to present City also and also to just volunteer.
Possible presidential candidate?
Yes.
Or, yeah.
Around 40.
Around Yes, that was our stuff. Yeah. We also invite for the panel Q&A